Audible.
Hello, sir. Good morning. How are you?
I'm good, thanks. Are you?
We are doing good, sir.
Good, good. Okay. Okay, Ashwini. So, how is learning going on, Ashwini? I know you have just switched your job and you are in a new job,
Right, right. Also,
but
on new job, it's all about OpenStack, and I'm learning like how OpenStack is working there. Apart
okay.
from that, yeah, I'm watching videos,
Mhm.
like the recordings, because sometime I didn't join on time.
The
But
thing is,
overall,
even though if you're working on OpenStack, you have to learn Kubernetes
yeah,
because OpenStack at the back end is using Kubernetes only.
right, sir, right,
Like all the pods, and in OpenStack also there is a concept of pod,
right.
wherein I believe you're deploying everything there in the pod itself. So you must learn Kubernetes because without Kubernetes, OpenStack will be of no use.
Yes, sir. That's why I asked you before when we started.
Yeah, right, right. Yeah. OpenStack is just a kind of UI. So Kubernetes had originally one UI with the
Mm-hmm.
name of Kubernetes dashboard UI that is deprecated now. But there are another dashboards. So you no need to just use OpenStack because I'll tell you, and if you want to just learn, if you want to stay in DevOps or IT industry for long, that
Mm-hmm.
then for sure you have to be good in Kubernetes. It's not as in you can just learn Kubernetes or learn OpenStack as a tool and under
Mm-hmm.
the hood, Kubernetes is functioning. Having the kind of surface knowledge will not help you in long term.
Right, right.
Certainly, having knowledge of Kubernetes is important. Okay, fine. So let's start our today's discussion also.
Yes. Right, sir. Yeah.
Okay, let's start our today's discussion. So now, hope you are just going through the topics of Terraform also, Ashwini.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I think.
yeah, and in Terraform is also going to play a vital role when you are working on automation, when you are working on DevOps, because the simple perception for everyone is if you know CI/CD pipeline, you know DevOps. But no, CI/CD pipeline is, and I just wanted to just curious, you said you are learning OpenStack. So in OpenStack, you are a networking engineer, right? For what you are using OpenStack?
Well, our team is mainly responsible for infra management. Infra management, it's include your VM containers that they are deploying, and on the operation side, they are troubleshooting when problem occur, like your VM's containers are not working, or it could be hardware issue like RAD, RAM, CPU, like, and partitions of the disk space. Like a lot of things is going on. I'm not fully aware, but they are working in the operations. So somehow they are managing these things via the Kubernetes with OpenStack.
So you are not a proper networking engineer, is it?
No, it's not a networking job. It's totally your cloud-based job now.
Oh, okay, okay. I was thinking you are a networking engineer.
I was, yeah, but not now. I was a networking engineer before that joining it.
Okay, okay.
So I have
So,
solid background of networking skills, but now I'm jump or moving into cloud.
okay. And what is your roles and responsibilities in this job?
As a designation, I'm working as a cloud specialist. So
Cloud cloud
yeah,
specialist. Which cloud space? AWS.
it's open stack. You can say open stack.
OpenStack Cloud.
It's
Okay.
Ericsson Cloud. So it's Ericsson Cloud and Ericsson hardware.
So
So
you
this,
have your working experience in the cloud?
sir, I have knowledge of cloud, yeah, but not the working experience.
And
But
how you're working as a specialist there?
well, it's all about the skills that we have in the past, in the networking as well. We have SDN concept there, where we learn SDN technology. So it is correlated. And in the past, I worked on cloud before 10 years. Like at that time, it's Citrix Xen servers. I had experience of that one. and that time VMware, VM managers like that. So
mm,
before that, I work as a Windows servers engineer as well. So I have a lot of things in the past that I did.
mm,
So
mm,
these are not new things for me because as per my experience, I have a vast level of different skills.
uh-huh.
So it's like just I need to go through one time, then it's okay for me.
Okay,
Because
okay.
if I'm totally new, then I can understand. Okay, it is not easy, but yeah, in the past, I have done so many things.
It's a good thing then. It's a good thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cloud again. Yeah, that's good in case if you're in a cloud platform. Because I was surprised when you asked me the other day, OpenStack and Kubernetes. I thought you were a networking engineer guy, and
Mm-hmm.
again you're working on OpenStack, and that even in OpenStack Kubernetes. What exactly you're trying to use Kubernetes and networking field? So okay, I think you're not a you're a kind of build and release engineer, I believe. That is
Well, it's an operation part. Build and release is done by the separate implementation team.
okay.
So once these things are ready, these things are moved to the operations, and whenever there is a fault or ticket raised, we work on it on ticket basis.
Okay, okay.
So it's like I need at least 1 month to go into the depth, and then I can start the troubleshooting the cloud services.
Oh, okay, okay. And how many years of experience you have, actually?
Sir, I have you can say 15 plus years experience.
Okay,
So yeah,
okay.
too much. Yeah.
And it's this job which you are in as of now. Is it 9 to 5 or is it like 24 cross 7?
Oh, well, it's a UK-based customer and it's a
Ah,
10 to Indian timing is 1 to 10,
okay.
1 p.m. to 10 p.m. But
Oh,
it's 24 by 7, like it's
okay.
operation. So one of my team member have to be logged in at whenever
Yeah,
the
yeah.
ticket is logged.
Yeah, that is what I thought. Yeah, because it's kind of operations. Because normally I've seen in multiple companies they have a kind of hierarchy. The topmost hierarchy is architect, and below architect there are engineers. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
there's
Yes.
like engineering team,
Mm-hmm.
and under engineering team there is SRE,
Right.
or a build release engineer also you can say. I mean, build release engineer is a top, is a verb SRE, build
Okay.
BRE to which we say, and after
Okay.
that SRE. So there are two terms, BRE and SRE. So
Mm-hmm.
SRE is site reliability engineer and BRE is build reliability, build and release engineer.
Okay.
And this operations, it's like the somewhere what SRE does, operations team also
Mm-hmm.
does more or less same task. And
Okay.
SRE is from SRE, I think from, yeah, from SRE, I think this
Mm-hmm.
24 cross 7 thing starts from SRE level.
Okay. Great. Sir, I need your support. Like, could you just suggest me way to go to learn OpenStack? Because nowadays Googling YouTube like that to
Hmm.
learn OpenStack.
Okay, let me just check quite a kind of good link to learn
Okay.
OpenStack.
Okay.
Um, because I have worked on OpenStack in past,
Okay.
and it's like since I because my Kubernetes foundation was very good. So
Okay.
when I was working in Kubernetes, and that was my previous company, I like yeah previous company. So they were using Ansible in one of the project, and in another project, the teams were using this OpenStack to manage Kubernetes. So now I had already foundation, and before that I had no idea about what OpenStack is.
Mm-hmm.
And for deployment also, from one environment deployment to another environment deployment, because for each environment we're created in a pod. So now for one environment deployment to another environment deployment, they were using pod and a kind of graphical user interface which OpenStack were providing. So I had already the background of Kubernetes. So when I was said to work on OpenStack, it was like learning only the various components which is there in the interface. What happens behind the hood, I was able to understand, because when things moves, pod gets triggered. When pod runs, then what happens under that? I was able to understand. And in case if rollback happens, then under the hood some command gets executed, and I was knowing that okay, fine, this is 𝗃𝗃 which is doing it. So I had that idea. So that is the reason I was easily able to understand. For that, I no need to go any sort of training and any other thing, because I knew Kubernetes. It was like just learning various options, which I
Mm-hmm.
spent couple of days on my own, and I
Mm-hmm.
was able to understand. So that time I did not spend much time in learning this
Okay.
OpenStack, but I can just check some of the videos, maybe
Mm-hmm.
some of the good videos where
Mm-hmm.
it's covered properly, so that I can just give you those links. You can
Okay,
just
yes, sir, sure. And
uh,
so the Kubernetes that you just teaching us is sufficient, right?
yeah,
The
at least
design.
till your level, what you are using with OpenStack,
Okay,
it's till BRE level. What I
okay,
covered is till BRE level. Till engineering, no, because
mm-hmm.
engineering level is like kind of where you have to be a developer sort of thing, of doing lots of things, being an engineer. So till BRE level, you can just handle what all the topics we have covered. Till BRE level, it will work.
Okay,
You
yes.
can just easily work on build and release engineering stuff, because BRE never works on any new thing. Engineers work on new things. So there is an engineering team. Engineering team architect creates the plan, and the first thing who starts working on that plan is engineering team. Engineering team develops new things. So now what you're using at this point is already the setup thing. Who did the setup? That setup was not done by site reliability engineer, not done by build and release engineer. That setup, the initial setup, will be done by engineering team. After engineering team does it, it's been tested thoroughly, and after that it's delivered to build release engineer team or site reliability engineer team, so that they can run the process. They don't do any new development. They don't introduce a new feature which architect team comes up with. So that is the basic difference. So for engineering team, you have to be super good,
Mm-hmm.
and you have to
Right.
be have very good knowledge, because you're developing something new which nobody
Yeah.
has done at this point in your industry. But since already build and release engineer works on the already set up things, you can easily work on that.
Right, sir. I agree. Even in the past, I have all kind of experience in as a consultant, solution architect, then operations, then implementation, but that was mainly in the networking security field.
Okay, okay. So you were a solution architect in networking.
Oh well, yeah, in my last company.
Why did you leave that and came in this operations profile?
So it's like it's almost 7 years in my last company, and the type of task I'm doing is repeating after certain time period. And the networking field is not growing as much, my point of view, when we compare to others like in the cloud. These are the on-demand things as of now.
So better, because I'm also a networking solution architect,
Okay.
and I'm a networking as well as core solution architect, and we are getting lots of things. It's not as in it's every day is very challenging, and we have to read a lot every day. We have to read a lot, and we have to just do lots of R&D. So maybe in case if you have been a solution architect in networking, which is a very good thing, which is a very vast thing, you could have
Mhm.
you could have searched for some same network solution architect job in maybe cloud networking, because you
Okay.
already have networking background. Easily would have got the job. Operations, it's like
Yes.
you have degraded your skill set
Well, yes, sir,
from
I agree.
solution architect to operations. It's like you came three level down.
I joined it because it's a little bit diverse for my current skills, and somehow I'm interested in cloud. So I get the opportunity, and I decided to move with this option.
Okay.
It's like a solution architect I can reapply whenever I want because I
Yeah.
have experience.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, you should go to if you were a solution. See, solution architect is the biggest thing in any
Biggest
project.
I know that.
Nothing is bigger than being a solution architect. So
Right. It's like top level thing in the company because
right,
what
right.
we propose to the customer is the final.
Yeah, yeah. Any troubleshooting thing also solution architect participates in. And whatever solution architect says, that's the final thing.
Yeah, it's the final
Nobody
thing.
crosses that path.
Right. So agree.
Okay. And operations is like, so after
Yeah,
solution architect, it's engineering team. After that,
it's
sorry, and after that,
it's
operations is the lowest level.
it's like managing the existing thing which is already done by the consultant or the architect.
Yeah, right. Right. Okay, when Shakil is here now. Hi, Shakil.
Hello, sir. Good morning.
Good evening.
Yeah, joining a little late.
No, no problem. We're just talking about Ashwini's experience.
Oh, okay. I missed some good conversation then.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm,
Okay, okay. Right.
Okay. So what are we doing, sir?
We are talking about Terraform now, and
Okay.
today we are going to talk about how to create a relationship in between two different resources. So till now we learned couple of things in Terraform, all the good things in Terraform which you are going to implement. What we learned: how to create resources, how to variabilize it, how to use loops, how to use conditions, how to work with Terraform by using if condition, by using some relational statements like what happens in case if it's true, what happens in case if it's false. That also we learned. We learned that how to convert from lowercase to uppercase to lowercase in Terraform code. Uh, Everything which we did in Terraform console that we are going to certainly use whenever you are writing Terraform code, you will be able to use that. So now, and those are like the things which you will perhaps put in the naming convention, like uppercase to lowercase, lowercase to uppercase. You can use in your naming conventions also. So now quickly what I'll do is first I will show you how to create the relationship in between two resources. Like for example, I'll create one scenario here and we'll talk on that scenario. So we have this instance. Now, being a networking folk, you understand that the instance, any of the virtual machine which you create, will have three kind of IPs. One, public IP, second, private IP, and third is static public IP. Static public IP, to which in terms of networking or in terms of AWS, we say as elastic IP. Elastic IP is a static public IP. It never changes. You would have noticed that every time when I'm stopping and starting, you see what is the IP address? 13203. When I'll stop and start, this public IP will change, but the private IP will not change. That private IP remains fixed, but the public IP changes. This elastic IP is also a type of public IP which never changes. Right? This also never change. This is a static but public IP. Okay. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to create one EC2 instance. I'm going to create one elastic IP and I'll just link both instance and elastic IP. Now you see, as of now, instance is created, but there is no elastic IP. Under network and security, if I come to elastic IP, what you know, what you see that the elastic IP is not present. There is no elastic IP which is available here, no elastic IP address found in the region. But just understand what is elastic IP, so that you should not have that confusion that what we are creating. Understand the use case. Elastic IP, let me just write it. So there are three kind of IPs, always understand this. There are three kind of IPs. Always in field of networking, there are three IPs. One is public, private, and static public. Static public. Public changes. Every time it changes, like your mobile number. Private is very private, like your nickname, maybe. Static public is like your home address, which never changes, right? Which never changes. Once you have bought your home, you will think twice before changing that home. It's static public IP. Now, now this public IP, what we are going to do, we have created one EC2 instance. EC2 instance. EC2 instance normally will not have this static public IP. Right? Static public IP will be associated to an EC2 instance only if you want. Normally, AWS will not allocate any static public IP to your EC2 instance. This is on demand basis. This incurs some charge. It's not free of cost. It incurs some charge. So this EC2 instance by default will not have static public IP like the way you're seeing here. This EC2 instance is also not having any public IP by default. Sorry, elastic public IP. Sorry, elastic IP by default, it's not allocated. It's blank, right? It's blank. So now what we are going to do, we are going to create EC2 instance. We will create elastic IP. Now And then what we will do, we will associate this elastic IP to EC2 instance. We'll create a kind of connection in between this EC2 instance and elastic IP. They are two separate entities. They are two separate resources. EC2 instance is one resource, elastic IP is one resource. And then once we create both, we will create a connection in between these two. This is what we are going to do by using a Terraform. By doing this, what I'm going to teach you, I'll teach you how to create connection in between two different resources. As of now, you learned how to create one resource or similar type of resources, multiple resources of similar type. Now what I'm going to show you is if you create two different types of resources, how will you interrelate both? How will you be able to create connection in between both? Right? This is what I'm going to cover in our today's session. Any doubt in what we are going to do now? Any doubt in understanding what we are going to do now?
Sir, why we need elastic IP? Because we have already public and private IPs. Can't we
Public and
use that?
no, we cannot use it because public IP changes. Like the
Yeah,
way I'm
right.
saying, public IP changes every time. Now consider that you are one internet service provider. Okay,
Mhm.
what you have done? You have given one internet IP, one inter IP to your customers. Now, if IP changes every day, then perhaps you have to come and you have to do router configuration, because what you do is you will set up a router. In that router you will set one IP. Every day when the customer is logging in, customer will get that IP only to access. Customer will use that IP only to access internet, and whatever the traffic will come out of that router will be through that IP, the static public IP only, right? It will not change every day. So static public IP is also important in another way. For example, if I've hosted one application and I kept that application on web. Now, if my IP changes every day, like google.com's IP, if it changes every day, then tomorrow if you're typing google.com, or if you are just perhaps using the IP address of Google to connect with Google, then you don't know what IP this google.com will have the other day, and you will end up at nowhere. It will it will be your page won't load because your IP changed tomorrow. And there could be any of the application which you can think about, any of the web-based application for which you are typing perhaps IP address, or if you're typing perhaps domain name to access, the IP remains constant. IP never changes, because if the IP changes, then customers or consumers won't be able to access those web page again. So there are two ways to do that. Either you keep your instance up and running every time, because if you are restarting your instance, public IP changes. That is the thing. Or other way is to associate one static public IP, which is nothing but elastic IP, which even though you restart the instance will not change because that is static, right? That is the
Yes, sir.
reason we need to use elastic IP. Okay, any other question? Any other?
Um, so, so we're talking about these are two different resources, and we will connect these two resources so EC2 instance can be accessed using the elastic IP.
Absolutely. Yes.
Oh,
Okay. So this is what we are going to do. How to create connection in between two resources we are going to learn. So now, in order to do that, what I'm going to do is I will create another file and I'll name that file as maybe uh, I can use, let me just give another name. Okay. So I'll say, um, what the name I'll say ec2 eip.tf, some name. I can use main.tf also, no problem. But like the way I said earlier, main.tf is just the standard. Even though if I give any random name, it doesn't matter. So I'm going to use this file now. And what I'm going to do in that file, I'll write the code to create EC2 instance. I'll write the code to create elastic IP, and then I will just merge both. I'll just create a connection in between both. So now let's start writing. So let's start writing a resource block, AWS instance, and I will write my instance, some local name I gave, and then I'll say AMI equals to something, and then I'll say instance type equals to something. I'll assign the value, and after that I'll say tags to give a name to it, and the tag which I'm going to allocate is name equals to sample ec2 and then close the brackets. Okay, done. So now let's pull the value for AMI ID. We also did it earlier. So I'm just going to pull one AMI ID from here. And let's create instance. Yeah. And let's get the AMI ID. So I'm just going to get the AMI ID from here. Okay. And here, let's give it as the instance type as T3 micro. T3.micro. Okay, so I'm done with the instance. This code, I believe, is clear. What I'm trying to do here, it's clear, right?
Sir, why we are using existing AMI?
Uh, eh, because we cannot create our own AMI. This AMI is something which is provided by AWS. This AMI decides what type of instance or which operating system of instance you are going to use. This we did spoke in detail in our previous session also. So AMI is nothing but Amazon machine image, which we cannot create. We have to use the existing one only.
Clear, sir. Thank you.
Okay. Any doubt in this code? Okay.
Yeah, all
So,
good.
okay, cool. And now I'm going to talk about another type of resource. So this first thing, what it will do, it will create my EC2 instance. Now, second thing I want to do, I want to create one elastic IP. So now I'll write the code, another resource block. Again, you can refer this documentation. You can refer the documentation if you want. You will come here and you will just type AWS elastic IP Terraform, and Terraform will give you the code. You can just come here and copy the code. That's it. This is the code. That's it. I'll also copy this. I won't try to write it on my own. I'll also copy this. Okay, just copied it. And again, this is a local name. So this is another type of resource, which is elastic IP. Again, we spoke about this also in huge detail earlier. This is nothing but the local variable. So this is anything I can give, my EIP, some local variable name I can give. And here, I won't use this line for now because I want to give you some relation. I want to create some sort of relation. Ah, okay, let me just delete this line also, this line also. And just for namesake, I'll put something. Just for namesake, I'll put something. I will write something as VPC equals to true. Something I'm writing. Something I'm writing so that it doesn't remain blank. Okay, I'm not associating, so I'm keeping it separate. I'm keeping this separate. There's no relation in between both. Nowhere I'm saying to this resource that you get connected to this resource. Okay, a simple, very simple thing I'm trying to do here. Let's see what it does. So hope this part is clear. I'm sure this part will be clear. Hope this part is also clear to you. Any question in this, what I'm trying to do here? If
Yes,
you,
all good.
yeah, okay. So now I will just run Terraform plan. And again, okay, what happened is not expected here. Let's see. Okay, let's put domain as VPC. domain equals to 𝗵𝗃. Domain equals to 𝗵𝗃. Domain equals to, and put this in quotes. Domain equals to 𝗵𝗃, and run the Terraform plan. Let's see what it does. Come on, don't slow. Okay, fine. Now you see what it is trying to do here. Okay, I think it is trying to create that main block stuff also. Let me just remove that main block thing. Okay, otherwise this will create problem. Because you know what it is trying to do? It is trying to create all the resource which is there in the main block also. Shake and other things which we put in the variable. So I have to just remove this and we comment everything. Commenting in case of programming world is like you don't want that code to run. I'll just comment everything so that it won't create any problem. It should create only 2 resources for me. 7 resources. Yeah, 2 to add now. Now what it is trying to add? It is trying to create one EC2 instance and it is trying to create one elastic IP, right? Let's see as of now. Yeah. Do we have any EC2 instance with the name simple instance? Let's see. No, I don't have any EC2 instance with the name simple and sample instance, right? And I will open elastic IP also in another tab. So there are 2 tabs. In one tab, I opened the window which says there are no elastic IP in Asia Pacific Mumbai region, and there is no EC2 instance with the name sample instance in Asia Pacific Mumbai region. It's not there, right? I'll create it. But as of now, I did not create any connection. Remember, I did not create any connection. I'm just creating 2 different resources as a 2 different entity. Okay, let's create it. I say yes. See, it says that elastic IP creation complete. Come here. And it was nothing, right? Let me just refresh the page. You see, it has created one elastic IP. Can you see it's a public IP? Allocated IP address is public IP. This is a public IP, but it is static. It is static. Did it create any instance with the name sample EC2? Yes, it is creating. And it is running. For some reason, it did not assign the name to it. But let's assign a name to it. Let's give a name to it. Sample. What is our code? 𝗵𝗊𝗐2 equals to, I could have given the capital N, I believe. I did a spelling mistake there.
Sample EC2 is the name of the EC2 instance.
Yeah, the thing which it did not work is because I did a spelling mistake. I could have given a capital N here. And if I give a capital N, it should have worked. There was a typo error. So let me just do Terraform apply and it will give the name on its own. I do not need to give a name.
Sir, is this a genuine public IP that you got?
Yeah. It's a genuine public IP. It's
So
absolutely.
it will cost you money?
Yeah, it will cost me money. Yes.
Okay.
Yes, it is going to cost me. It's whatever we are doing, absolutely genuine. All the websites which we have launched, that was genuine. Okay. Now it has assigned a name to it. Can you see? Sample is, I did not write it. Terraform has assigned it. Terraform has assigned a name to it, which is sample EC2. All right. Sample EC2. But this sample EC2 is having a public IP. It is having a private IP, but it is still not having any elastic IP. Elastic IP is created though. This is created, the 43.204. It is a public IP, very genuine public IP, but it is not associated to instance. It is not associated to instance, right? So now what I have to do? Just be clear here. It is not associated to instance. I've just created two different entities, two different resources, but I did not associate these two resources yet. Is it clear till here? Are you able to follow?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir, this will-
Okay. Now what I'll do is I'll associate both. As of now, it's not associated. Doesn't matter how many times I refresh. It is not associated. Sample EC2 I'm selecting. It's a tick mark here and it is blank here. It is not associated. Right?
So, sir,
Now,
do we call this two separate resources or two separate services?
I'll say two different resources.
Resources.
Will be more good to say. Okay. See, so these are two different resources and these two resources are not related to each other at this point. So now what I'll do, I'll create some sort of association. Yeah, EC2 IP. Now I will create some sort of association. So now in order to create, again, I can refer because it's Terraform, right? Terraform, I no need to apply my brain. And Terraform, I no need to apply my brain. Elastic IP and EC2 association using Terraform. Okay, you see, this is the code. It gave me one code. I'll just copy this. It gave me, I did not write it. I am not writing it. I'm just picking what already exists. I'm not reinventing anything here. Understand? I'm not reinventing anything here. I'm just copying which already existed. Okay, and even you have to do same thing in real time in production environment. Nothing harm, but it is expected from you to copy already existing and not to invent anything on your own. Okay, just copy this and paste it here. I'll give a name, maybe local variable you can change. My, even though you don't change, no worries. That's fine, perfectly fine. What it is asking, this association in which now association will ask, say in case if I ask a third person, then hey, I do have two friends and I want those two friends to talk to each other. And I want a kind of matchmaker to just introduce these two person who are very good friend of mine, but they are not talking with each other. So what matchmaker will ask me? Give me the name of the first person or ID of the first person and give me the ID of second person. Here consider EIP association, this resource is like a matchmaker. The job of this matchmaker is to set up a connection in between your first resource, your second resource. What it is asking, give me the instance ID and give me the AWS Elastic IP ID. So now in instance ID, what it is saying, how I'm creating the relation. Understand this. Here I'm taking what is the resource block, how my instance is known at this point. My instance is known with AWS instance and my instance. Please try to understand this. My AWS instance is known with AWS instance, which is nothing but the API, and my local variable, which is my instance. Now, instance ID will be fetched automatically. Instance ID will be fetched automatically as I'm writing this my instance dot ID. What I'm doing here, AWS instance dot my instance dot ID will pick up the ID of the instance automatically. Terraform will pick up the ID of this instance automatically and will provide it. It does not exist nowhere. I have hard coded this value, neither I created any variable with this. What I'm doing, I'm saying that AWS instance with a local name as my instance, and of this instance which is created, there will be a ID. You just pass this ID here. Is this line clear? That's fine. You can tell me if it's not clear.
Yeah, no, sir, confused.
Confused? Okay. No problem.
Yeah, mixed up the information.
No problem. No problem.
I mean, I mixed up, but not you.
No problem. No problem. So now here in this instance ID, this IP allocation, this is a matchmaker. This is like a layman term of matchmaker. And this matchmaker is looking for the first identity. The first identity is what? This is how I created my instance. Now, when I created my instance, I used one API, which is with the name AWS instance, and I gave a local ID to this API, which is my instance. So now instead of giving the instance ID directly, I can just come here. What is the instance ID? This is the instance ID. Can you see? This is the instance. It's under this column. Can you see this column?
Yes.
Instance ID. I can just copy it directly from here. Instead of copying it directly from here, I want to automate this. And in order to automate what I'm saying, whatever ID will be created when Terraform has created it, whatever ID they have associated to this instance which is created by this resource block, you associate by your own. I'm not going to hard code anything. You pick up and you associate everything on your own. I'm just giving you the detail. It's like instead of telling the exact ID of a person, you are just saying that just go to a place, maybe go and find a person who is wearing a red shirt standing under the pillar. So you're not saying what the person name is, how the person looks like. You're just saying that the person is standing under the pillar or beside the pillar and wearing a red shirt. Same thing I'm saying to this also. Go and find the instance which is having the API as AWS instance and the local name as my instance and associate that instance's ID to this matchmaker, to this
Yes.
EIP association. This is what I'm
Yes.
doing. Clear, right?
Yes, clear. And can you explain the purple line, AWS_EIP_association?
This is another type of, because I have to create a kind of match, kind of connection in between these two. So Terraform considers even the matchmaking, even the connection, even the association is a separate resource and
Oh,
saying
okay.
that it will be
Okay.
another resource.
Okay. And this is the by default description of that resource.
Yes, this we cannot create it.
We
Terraform
cannot
has,
change it. We
we
cannot
cannot.
change it.
No.
Okay, good.
Okay.
I think Ashwani had some question maybe.
Ashwini, you have any doubt?
Well, I want to see the output of this command. Yeah.
Okay, sure. So same thing I've done with allocation ID also. In allocation ID also I've just changed AWS EIP, my EIP.id, so that you know what I'm doing. Again, I'm just creating the kind of local my type of setup. So now this matchmaker is having both the person's identity. This matchmaker, which is the association resource, is having both the identity. Now I'll come back again and I'll refresh it again. And just to show you if it's associated or not. Okay. As you can see, still it's not associated, right? Still it's not associated. Still no elastic IP address. Fair enough. All clear till here? Yeah?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Now I'm going to save this. and I'll just run Terraform plan. Plan is important because plan will tell you what if you execute apply, what happens. It's a kind of what if.
So how do you save the changes in the VI editor?
This is not VI editor. This is
No, no,
okay.
earlier.
Okay, it's
Where you were.
colon WQ.
Okay.
Yeah. So now what it is saying, okay, fine. Can you see now the interesting thing? Did I hard code any instance ID? Did I hard code any?
That's
No,
true.
right? No,
Yeah.
right? I did
Yeah.
not. But you see here it's appearing. Did I
Yes.
hard code any allocation ID? No, right? This is my code. This is my code. Did
Yeah.
I hard
Yeah.
code anything anywhere? No instance ID is hard coded.
Allocation means the elastic
Yes,
IP.
ID
Okay.
is of this. It will also be here. If you come here and if you'll see here, can you see this allocation ID? This is for this elastic IP. This is for elastic IP address. This is the ID of elastic IP address. Clear, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So I did not hard code anything, but Terraform understands it. Okay, fine. This guy is talking about allocation ID this. This guy is talking about instance ID this, right? And now what I will do, I'll apply.
Okay, it is like we are doing concatenation kind
Yeah,
of thing.
right, yes. Again, just for your convenience, I'll refresh the page to show you. Still, no elastic IP address is allocated. Now I'll say yes to it. I'll say yes to it. Okay, done. And let's see what it is doing. Come here, refresh the page. Mhm. Refresh the page. Okay. And now come here. Can you see now? It has allocated one elastic IP address, which
Yes.
is a public IP. I did not do it. Terraform has done it. Right? It is Terraform who has done it. Right? Here also, if you'll come, can you see here? As of now, associated instance ID is blank. I'm just going to refresh the page. Can you see? It is associated now. So now you are able to create connection in between two resources without modifying much of the changes. This also can be done by using Terraform. And this you can do with any two resources. Just I've explained you with one resource, but this you can do with any of the other resources. Is it clear? Did you understand this?
Yes,
Yes.
it's good.
Yeah.
And it is also done via this AWS.
Sorry, what is that?
I mean, the thing we did it via Terraform. The
Oh,
same thing can be done via the EC2. Do
no,
you guys?
going onto AWS console. Going onto AWS console, you can do anything.
Mm.
Terraform is less powerful than AWS console. So in AWS console, if you have the admin privileges in AWS console, you can do much more than what you can do by using Terraform because you're the admin. We are learning automation because DevOps engineer won't have privileges to log in into AWS console every time. That is the reason we are learning this. Okay, understood, right?
Yes,
Yes,
sir. So Terraform is actually very powerful, just like Kubernetes, very important in
Right.
automation.
Super
Yeah.
important. I'll tell you nowadays, any of the job which you look for, out of 10 job, 7 to 8 jobs will have Kubernetes and Terraform in it. Out of 10 jobs. If it's not there, then you tell me. You search
Yes.
for the job today. Out of 10 jobs, I bet in 8 jobs you will have in DevOps profile. You
Yes,
will,
you're right. I noticed that some time ago when I wasn't even looking for a DevOps job. We didn't even start training for DevOps.
yeah,
Yeah, every single JD was requiring Kubernetes, Dockers, and Terraform, these three.
yeah, right, right.
Yeah.
This, these are very important, very, very important. Okay. So fine. Now you understood this, right? Now you understood this. Next thing which I want you to understand is, see, I said you, the memory of Terraform is what? Memory of Terraform is TF state file. Memory of Terraform is TF state file. And since I destroyed everything now, if I do a cat, it is blank, right? It is blank. Now I'll give you one use case. I'll make it simpler so that you can understand it well. So here what I'll do, I'll try to delete resources. I'll keep it very simple so that you can understand it well. Okay. So now what I'm doing, I'm just creating one single
So
use case.
all these resources information was not in state file?
Yeah, because I've deleted everything. No, you see,
Oh,
there
you
are no.
just did?
Yeah, I just destroyed everything. I
Okay.
executed. See, I executed the destroy command. See,
Okay. I
it is
missed
destroyed.
it. Okay.
So now you see there is no elastic IP. It's gone. And if I come to the EC2 instance dashboard, you see sample EC2 is there. I'm just going to refresh it. So I deleted it. It's terminated now. Right? That's the reason there are no information in EC2. Now just understand one thing here. This is very, very practical thing. Hundreds of times we have to face this. And every DevOps engineer in their career have to face this. Right? Every DevOps engineer have to face this. Now, use case is I have created the resource by
Sorry, sir. It did not destroy the EC2 instance, sample EC2.
um, okay. Um, what makes you think it did not destroy?
Yeah, right here. Are we talking about yeah, I still see sample EC2.
Check the
Oh,
state.
terminated. Okay, okay.
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 So it's terminated. It's gone. It's not there. Okay. So now I'm keeping it simple. Previously, I was creating EC2 instance also, Elastic IP also, an association also, and see the state file. State file is blank. Nothing is there. And the use case which I'm talking about is the use case which every DevOps engineer has to face. Now I've created the resource by using Terraform. So the entry will be there in state file. Let's create it now. Let's create it. Okay. It is adding one resource, right? So what it will do, it will create one sample EC2 instance. Sample EC2, this it is going to create. All right, let's create it. Let it create it. Okay, done, created. If I come, the state is terminated, and if I'm refreshing it, the state is running. Right? Terminated is terminated. It has created one running one, which is the latest one with us. Now, now, by mistake, by mistake, and every memory is present in my Terraform state file. Now you see Terraform state file was empty earlier, but now it is having plenty of information. And since it is having plenty of information, if I'll run Terraform apply again, it will say that no changes, resource is already present. Okay. It will say that no changes, no change. Your infrastructure matches the configuration. Why? Because the state file has everything within it. Right? You're following me, right? What I'm trying to say you here?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Now, by mistake, knowingly, unknowingly, what you have done, Terraform state file is deleted. Terraform state file is deleted. And this happens with every DevOps engineer. It's deleted. Resource exists, but the memory is gone. Resource existed, but the memory is gone. There is no Terraform state file. There is no Terraform state file, right?
Yes.
There is no Terraform. Now again, if I execute the Terraform apply command, what happens? It will try to recreate same resource again. Let's see. Okay, can you see this? It is trying to recreate resource because your memory is gone. It doesn't know anything about this state file at this point, right? Memory is gone. So now in this case, what you will do, in this case, what you will do, how will you, how will you retrieve your memory back? How will you retrieve your memory back? So Terraform offers a command for that. See what Terraform says. I'm just copying this. First line I'm copying. Terraform says that this will be created. This is what Terraform says. I'm just going to copy this and I'll paste it here. This is what
Mm.
Terraform says. Go ahead.
No,
Go
continue,
ahead.
please.
Okay. So now Terraform says that this will be created, right? Terraform says that this will be created. So, but because Terraform lost its memory, Terraform doesn't remember that it has created the resource. Why? Because Terraform state file is deleted. And it's a very commonly asked question in interview. What happens when your Terraform state file is deleted? In such case, Terraform offers a wonderful command called Terraform import. Import with lowercase t and import. And now you use the same syntax. Remember, this syntax should be exactly same. It cannot be different. Whatever Terraform says will be created, you copy this part, not the not the English part, not the will be created part. Just copy the first part. Remember, this is the easy way to understand it. Just copy the first part and bring it in your notepad. Write Terraform import and keep this same. And now you are importing what? Importing means bringing something in our control. This is what literally import means. And what I'm importing, I want to import a resource, right? I want to import a resource whose instance ID is, right? Whose instance ID is this. So Terraform import, what it is trying to create, this instance. And what is the ID of the instance? This is the ID of the instance. That's it. This one single command. Let me execute this command first. And then let's see what happens. I come here and I'll just execute the ls again. See, still Terraform state is not there. Terraform state is not there, right? I'll just execute this command. Hit enter. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. Okay, fine. I did not create any state file manually. You saw, I just executed this command. I did not, there was no state file. I did not create any state file. I just executed this command. ls. Can you see this? State file is back, right? State file is back. Now again, I'll try to execute Terraform apply command. You saw a few minutes back when I executed the command, what it was saying? It was saying that I'll recreate the instance because you lost your memory. Let's see what happens now. What it says, no changes, nothing, right? Did I recreate any instance with Terraform? No, I just executed Terraform import command. So whenever interviewer asks you what happens when Terraform state file gets deleted, then your answer should be, I'll have to import all the resources which is created by using Terraform import command. This command is the command which you have to execute to import and recreate Terraform state file.
So we will import the resources,
Right.
not the file
Not
itself.
the file. File will be auto-created.
Okay.
Did I create this
And
file?
what location does it use to retrieve the file?
Same location as you, wherever you are executing this command, there
Okay.
itself, the file will get restored. Any other question? What I'll suggest you is
And,
try doing it.
and if the resources were destroyed also, and we
Then,
destroyed the file, and then if we are trying to import, then what's going to happen?
then you don't have this ID. If the resource is destroyed, that
Yeah.
basically means you don't have this ID.
So okay, so means we're in the ditch. We don't have anything. We
Yeah,
just
we
have
don't have.
to we have to write a new file.
Right. You have to recreate
Okay.
it. Yes.
Okay.
Any question? And these are very important things which I'm talking about. Okay, I'll consider it as no question.
Yes, sir. Oh,
Practice.
yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
Tomorrow
Yeah.
will
Understood.
tomorrow. Cool. Tomorrow will be the last session of Terraform, and after that we'll start a new topic.
Yeah.
And that will,
Terraform is actually as big subject as Kubernetes.
yeah. Absolutely.
Okay. All right. Sounds good, sir.
Cool. Thanks.
Yeah.
Then let's connect
Yes,
again.
sir.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Yeah. Take care. Bye-bye.